This is Scott Becker with the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Thank you for listening. It's been a heck of a great week in the rankings, and we appreciate it. I also appreciate some of the comments that I've gotten recently from different listeners and different readers. One listener from overseas said that he feels that I'm doing too much self-censoring of my political thoughts and political opinions. Another reader yesterday said that she was disappointed that I didn't talk about the Israel-Palestine peace plan, the Gaza peace plan. And so here's the deal on both of these. One, I appreciate your comments so much. Second, it's not so much that I'm trying to self-center. It's when I feel strongly about something, I try and speak about it. When I'm more nuanced about things, I try and figure out what I want to say. And so to take a couple different things on the RFK thing, the vaccine thing, the so forth and so on, I am fully, largely pro-vaccine. I'm also a believer that we've had this huge explosion in vaccines, and there is some need to discuss sort of what's the right middle road on vaccines. I don't know what the right answer is. I certainly am pro all the traditional vaccines, what they call in other countries, Japan, Germany, the essential vaccines. I know from talking to several people who have younger children, we've moved from a handful of vaccines to now literally dozens and dozens of dosing and vaccines for kids under 5. I'm sure the reality is that the real answer to everything is somewhere in between. I'm deeply upset that vaccine numbers have gone down significantly for childhood vaccines. At the same time, and I think that's bad. I think we need everybody getting the MMR vaccine, the Salk vaccine, the polio vaccine, et cetera, et cetera. But I am, concerned that we can't even open discussions about some of these issues without people going ballistic. I'm not an RFK fan. But as I listen to this discussion, certainly some people have been hurt by vaccines, so it's worth having a discussion. It doesn't mean vaccines are bad; vaccines are good, but not all vaccines are good. So, anyways, that's that discussion on vaccines. But I appreciate so much the comment about me censoring myself politically and so forth and so on. The Israel-Palestine thing. I have so many different thoughts on this. I am so pleased to see actually some potential for peace there. Of course, if you've been watching the region for my entire life, as many other people have done, we are always skeptical that there is really peace coming. At the end of the day, there is this very different side to this equation. There are many people in the greater region that would like to see a two-state solution. And I think a lot of those people include people in Israel and in a lot of other countries in the Middle East. And then there are a percentage of people that don't want a two-state solution. They want Israel gone. And so watching this peace evolve, watching this whole situation evolve, very challenging on a lot of levels to comment on, to think about. I've watched the media over the last couple of years. And again, I have so many thoughts on this, and I try not to stir it up more than I have to, more than necessary. I am glad to see this peace plan. I hope that it has some potential to be lasting. But there are still lots of agitators throughout the Middle East that don't believe in a two-state solution, that believe Israel should essentially be wiped off the map. And I'm not a fan of that perspective. I am a fan of ultimately a two-state solution, but no country could live with another country right next to it trying to blow it off the map constantly. Again, I've already gone further than I want to go. I know I've offended people already. Thank you for listening to this version of the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Thank you very, very much.